Is this really the size of the Quran? I feel like it's really bigger. Is this really?
Oh yeah, it's shorter than the New Testament.
Really?
And the New Testament is short.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah. There's about 6,600 verses in the Quran. Yeah. The Bible, by comparison, I think has 30,000 or so verses.
It's all bigger too. It's also a lot more square.
A lot more square? I would say they're both kind of square. They're books.
No, but
Books tend to be square.
they're rectangular.
Okay, then what do you mean by square? Because
I mean,
neither of these are
The
squares.
Bible looks more square.
No.
It's more cubular because it's more
Cubular?
It's tall.
Cubular? Cubular.
Magyarország fényem a felragyog, Attila népe újra összefog. Hunok 27-öse, így feszítőknek vére, így feszítőknek vére. Hunok 27-öse, így feszítőknek vére, így feszítőknek vére.
You know, I guess in that sense,
They should make
we should combine Turkey and China,
that's what I
right?
was saying, yeah,
Yeah.
They should make like a greater Turkic empire, which is like all the Turkic states plus Finland plus Korea, Japan, and China,
Yeah.
and Mongolia, obviously. And then,
Yeah. And like the Turco-Mongol states. Yeah, that would. Wow. Okay, I gotta pull up a Eurasian map just to see how big that would be.
That would easily be the strongest country in the world.
Yeah.
So, also Hungarians. Also, add Hungarians and Bulgarians in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're
Wow.
good.
Forget Dugan's Eurasianism. This is the new Eurasianism.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would stretch all the way from the Mediterranean islands by Greece, like Cyprus and stuff like that.
So I guess anything start from like Hungary, incorporate the borders of Hungary, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Romania, Moldova, and then go stretch like this way out.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it should extend down into. Okay, it should be like this. Extend to Greece, to Turkey. Sorry. Encompass the Caucasus states,
Yeah.
like South Russia, through Turkmenistan,
Through part of Afghanistan.
yeah,
Tajikistan.
and then all of China. Well, maybe not all. Maybe just
at least northwest China.
Uyghur territory, and then Manchuria, and then the
Yeah.
Koreas and Japan, and then just South Russia, and then somewhere around here it goes like up there.
Yeah.
Everything else, boom.
But if the Koreans and Japanese can be included, then the Chinese can also be included.
Sure, I guess, yeah. We send it down.
Or should we keep it to just Turco-Mongolic people? Even then, it would still be like the strongest empire in the world.
Yeah, I mean, Hungarians. And, also we need Finland actually in here too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be rough.
Okay, well in that case, wait, I thought you said we can't have separated separated.
Yes. So we need like curve around, like curve around into Finland. Yeah. Okay, this is good. This is good. I like this. This is good.
Yeah.
This is very good. Yeah, this is good. I like this.
I'd also leave it at but you can have it for now. You can keep it with you, yeah.
Fight Trumpism. Fight the
This
establishment.
cost me $5.
It did?
Paid for it, but I gotta pay him back. But anyway, it's like an insane price. They're not winning over the proletariat with these prices.
What the frick is going on? How do you even read this shit? This is so mad. Oh
I
my
mean, that's the newspaper for you.
goodness. You want this? This is their events in the future.
Oh, I'm alright. History of communism in Palestine. Yeah, I'm afraid.
I thought that wasn't really my history.
Yeah, I'm afraid to say if Palestine becomes independent, they're not becoming communist.
What would become? Which is democracy, right? At least try to become a democracy.
Yeah, I imagine that they'll probably be like some kind of Islamic state that probably has democratic elements. I don't know.
Sociology can't understand the U.S. election. I'm in a sociology class right now, writing extremism.
It's interesting that it seems like they're not even really trying to be like unbiased.
Yeah.
Like it's just blatant sensationalism.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, probably intentional. Like that's their style, I guess. Anyway, I'll see you later. Probably later today.
Yeah. No, can't really do that.
No, Trump said, I believe the most recent reason he gave is the fentanyl smuggling from Canada into the U.S., but he also said there's nothing Canada can do to stop the tariffs. So the way I see it, we should actually subsidize smuggling fentanyl into America, since there's nothing we can do to alleviate the tariffs anyway.
Continue funneling.
Yeah, we should increase our fentanyl output.
Well, I don't know about that, but you can hear. But the thing is, though, like, there wouldn't be fentanyl coming into the United States if they didn't want fentanyl there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the demand of fentanyl from the U.S. that keeps fentanyl coming in there in the first place.
Yeah.
So when you fix the drug addicts, and then we'll stop. Okay.
This is kind of like Prohibition 2.0. Back during Prohibition, everybody would go to Canada to buy the alcohol and then try to smuggle it south across the border.
Yeah. Obviously, we're not alcoholics. We're just better. We're not drug addicts. We're also not alcoholics either. So.
Yeah, in both cases, we're just supplying the stuff.
We're just better.
Yeah, we're Heisenberg, really.
That's true.
Why on earth did the Javanese never colonize Australia? They were so close, and they had the technology to do it.
Apparently, there's an invisible ecological border between, like, somewhere around here. Basically, where, like, you see elephants here and no elephants down here, which makes no sense. And apparently, that's the reason why.
Because they didn't have elephants in Australia.
Because the ecological difference between these two sections is just too great.
As in, like, they just weren't used to the climate?
Yeah, like, even birds don't migrate beyond this point.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not sure why they do that, but, like, even, like, birds don't fly across these islands. No fish go through here. It's kind of freaky, but yeah. And they doesn't have the capabilities. I mean, I don't know if they did have the capabilities. Actually, no,
they were like their navies were like very advanced.
Yeah.
They were like navy empires basically, and it's like so close.
I think there just wasn't any point.
Yeah, I feel like I recall reading actually that there was like limited contact where they got to Australia, but then now I was talking to and he mentioned perhaps rightly that like Australia is like so much of the land is so barren and just so filled with like dangerous stuff that it probably just wasn't worth the resources and like, the cost of life. That
I mean, it's like what happened to the Europeans, right? Like no one wanted the land because it was just useless. And, I mean, Tasmania, they're still reinventing fire down there. So, I mean, yeah. you see like all the cities are on the coast, right? You see like this little bit right here. That's the only green part. This little bit right here, that's the only green part too. Yeah. And then this vast majority is like nothing here. I think also like way more importantly was establishing trade with India and the continental Southeast Asia as well. These probably were the actual rich resources line that actually need to be pursued.
It's actually very impressive, I would say, that Australia became such a prosperous country.
Really?
Just like, given that like the land and the animals are just like always trying to kill them, and I mean, are there that many natural resources? I guess there must be, but
well, what about like Saudi Arabia then? That's all desert, that's all sand, but they still,
a lot of oil.
Yeah, but they didn't do it.
No, but I mean, they were kind of prospering even before oil was a big thing. That is kind of impressive, yeah.
Umayyad caliphates, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen this? Look at this. Look at this stupid border. Look at this dumb border.
So that's America?
Yeah, this is America. This is the American border. Look at that stupid border.
Point Roberts.
This tiny little bit. Yeah. Imagine you live here. You have to travel all the way around. Okay, there's another one actually over here. Holy, this is a long. Oh my goodness, this is long. Holy, it never ends.
This is what we need to do to get back at America with Trump's Annex Canada thing. We need to start a campaign to annex Point Roberts. Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Look at this though. Look at this. This is Canada up here. This is the U.S. You have to like travel around here to get to. You have to travel all the way around here to get to the U.S. If you're.
What?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Who designed this?
So stupid. It's so stupid.
Wow.
It's so stupid.
Anglo-Saxons and their wacky borders.
Yeah, like, it's so stupid. Like, what's going on?
Angle Inlet.
I mean, okay, also, like, here, look at this. Look at this. It's a tiny, like, 2-meter gap right here. And this is Austria. This is Austria. Around it is all Germany.
Huh.
You have to go through, like this is
a choke point, yeah.
Like a tiny choke to get to your country.
If they ever want to annex Jungholz,
Yeah.
then...
Yeah, it'll be fine. But,
yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen Bangladesh's borders?
No. Back when it was East Pakistan, the borders were kind of funky. As in, like, it was part of Pakistan, except it just wasn't connected to the main Pakistan.
Look at this little circle of, like, territory here.
Yeah.
Of Bangladesh.
Whose is that?
That's Bangladesh.
That's Bangladesh?
Yeah.
Wait, what country are we in right now, then, this?
This is India. That's
Oh,
India.
this is India.
Yeah, and this is Bangladesh. This is a
So
tiny
the-
little circle.
that's-
It's detached from this little bit. You
Yeah,
see?
so it's just surrounded by India. Huh.
It's really smart, I think. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
And then you have stuff like this. Like, what's going on here? Huh? What's going on over here? Like, what is this shape? What's going on here?
You know, it's better than making everything straight lines, though, because this at least shows that they
These are-
they probably gave some thought to, like, which town should be part of which country.
Look, it follows this river perfectly.
Okay,
It just goes
yeah.
straight. And then it goes.
Now that's the spirit of the British right there. I just want to have a moment of appreciation for Canadian history and the
Oh my
the
God.
poetic beauty of the fact that the first people to come to Canada were looking for the Northwest Passage, right? And they looked for it for ages, and when they finally found it, it was this dinky little glacier-filled passage that did nothing, and it's only now in the next few decades that the Northwest Passage, the reason why people were coming to Canada in droves, is now becoming viable as a trade route.
How is this poetic at all?
Because, like, it's like they came to Canada for a very specific reason, only to find that Canada was useless for that purpose. But 5-6 centuries later, it's now actually, like, coming true. Like, that's gonna be, like, one of the main draws of Canada, the fact that it's gonna have that trade route, which is becoming more and more relevant as global warming. Man, imagine if the Heavenly Kingdom movement was still a thing.
No, wow. You know, that would be terrible.
It killed as many people as World War One, but, like...
Yeah, it killed more than that, but yeah.
I mean, war serves its own metaphysical function, right?
Does it?
There's wars in the Old Testament.
Does it? I feel like war is more an extension of politics. War is the physical arm of politics.
War, righteous war, is a macrocosmic manifestation of the inward struggle against the lower parts of the soul that incite to evil.
Who said this?
Various people. Many people are saying this.
Okay. Well, Karl von Clausewitz, the Prussian general, said that war is an extension of politics and policy. When we want to make another nation do what we want them to do, but they don't want to do it, we resort to war to make them do it.
Well, I don't think politics is totally separable from metaphysics and spirituality.
Okay, well, I think war is not an extension of spirituality and metaphysics. I think it's
Then why do so many religious scriptures portray holy wars?
because they want to do something that they don't want to do. Right? So, like, there's these two groups. Group A wants Group B to do something. Group B doesn't want to do it. But Group A will force them to do it by killing them.
Sure, but they seem to have divine justifications for it.
That's
and they, like, regardless of whether there actually is a divine justification, it's portrayed as though there's a divine justification for the said war. And then also the enemy is portrayed as evil, and so it takes on, whether or not the war is actually like this, it takes on an archetypal significance.
Yes, but there's still the underlying desire where you want them to do something they don't want to do. You're forcing
Sure, yeah.
You're forcing your will onto them.
Yeah.
And that is an extension of politics and policy.
Well, maybe politics is an extension of metaphysics and spirituality.
Maybe it is that.
Yeah.
Maybe back in those days, maybe it was, but in Carl's days, it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like industrialization has kind of made warfare scuffed. Like I feel like trench warfare and just these Gatling guns and stuff like that, and like carpet bombing and stuff, that doesn't have like the symbolic beauty that like swords that like swords and spears have. You know.
Carl actually said, like, in his book, that, like, eventually machines would take over and eventually just become like, infantry would become obsolete. Basically, that's what he said. Basically, it would just. He said like eventually there would be this great war between European powers, World War One, where it would eventually just be a stalemate between machines.
Yeah.
That's what I said. So.
To quote another wise man named Snake, war has changed. It's now a well-oiled machine.
Snake?
Yeah.
Is this Warhammer 40k?
No, it's Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
I'm happy to report that Thomas Aquinas said that sleep is in fact permissible. It is not a sin to sleep.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's literally required for human survival. But
yeah. So I'm quite glad to hear that Aquinas recognizes that sleep is allowed.
Do people actually believe sleep is bad for you?
What?
Do people actually believe that sleep is bad for you?
I don't think anyone believes that. But, you know, if the highest good for humans is rationality, and sleep interrupts your reason, then that would be bad. But he says sleep is okay. I beg your pardon?
Yeah.
What was that? And you think I'm the queer one?
I'm not queer. You're queer. Queer.
Now listen, you queer. Stop calling me a crypto-Nazi or I'll sock you in the goddamn face and you'll stay plastered. That's a William Buckley reference, just for anybody who's listening who thinks I'm a bigot. I'm not a bigot, I'm just, yeah. The person in the other booth probably thinks we're insane. Is probably being driven insane by us. Man, I'm not a big fan of Bill Maher.
Who's that?
This guy.
Who is he? Ethan Rich.
He's just, I don't know, man.
What did he do?
He's one of those people that's like a comedian, but then also tries to actually have substantive, like social commentary, and then and from what I've seen, his social commentary always fails.
Man, what's the deal with these pronouns? Am I right?
No, Seinfeld is good. That's a top tier joke right there.
Hey, come on, man. What's the deal with all these CO2 emissions? Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, reduce it. I hardly know her. Am I right? It could not be that funny.
That's pretty good. It was pretty good.
I was born in a Dublin street where the Lyles rums did beat, and those loving English feet, they walked all over us.
For your information, I'm looking at the official photo of the Federal Council 2025.
For
Switzerland, of course.
Oh.
Or, as they say in Switzerland, Schweizerische Eidgenossenschaft Confederation Suisse Confederatione Svizzera Confederation Svizzera. I guess that's what's. That seems like a long sentence to just say one thing.
Yeah. 3 languages too.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
3?
I guess 4. I guess. Why do they have Romanian? Romanish?
Romanish? What the ligma is that?
Excuse me?
I said, what the ligma is that?
Yeah, I know he said that's the problem. He said that's the whole problem.
Romanish. A Gallo-Romance and or Rhaeto-Romance language.
I'm gonna start learning that.
It is one of the descendant languages of the spoken Latin language, which by the 5th century AD replaced the Celtic and Rhaetic languages. I think we need to bring back Celtic.
Where would the Celts live?
Well, I mean, the Celts live in Britain, and France.
Yeah, but, like,
they're still around. They have their
bring back the Celts. They need their own. Like, it's like the Kurds. They need their own state.
Scotland and Ireland. Hello.
But they're not. They're Irish and they're Scottish.
They're Celtic. Irish and Scottish are Celtic ethnicities.
Back the Celts. Then we have to give them their own state.
They have 2 of their own states already.
Those are not proper states. Scotland is part of the UK.
Ireland isn't.
Yeah, but Ireland's a whole separate island. No, not gonna work.
So why is it not gonna?
It doesn't work.
Ireland is like the heart of Celtic culture. Why?
No.
Give me a good reason why
It doesn't work. There's 2,000 years of separate cultural divide. It cannot work anymore. No. They need their own state. They need
Okay. Who needs their own state?
the Celts,
Yeah, sure.
the Kurds, the Texans, the Indigenous,
Okay, I'm not asking
the
for
Uyghurs,
I'm not asking for a
the
complete
Tibetans,
list of everybody who needs their own state.
the Javanese.
They have 2 of their own states.
Indonesia.
They have,
It's not
they have
representation
Indonesia
of the
and Malaysia
No.
and Brunei.
No.
So many countries.
Their own separate race.
But Indonesia
Australian Aboriginals,
Indonesia is mostly Japanese.
Polynesians, Micronesians. There we go. Boom. These are their own separate
Okay,
state. 10.
40% of Indonesia is Javanese.
Okay, I'm searching up stateless people. I'm gonna fight for their advocacy.
Malaysia demographics. Okay, look, but back to the Celts.
No.
Okay, the Celts already have 2 of their own countries. Okay, what
They're
if
not power representations. Not power representations of
Yes,
their
they
culture and
are.
their history.
Yes, they
no,
are.
they're not.
Ireland is quintessential Celtic land. Okay, Scotland is thinking about seceding from the UK anyways. If they do that, and then they just merge with Ireland,
No,
like
no, in Wales. I mean, the Wales to separate too. Then, if that's the case.
okay,
We
sure,
need the
Wales is
dissolution-
also Celtic.
dissolution
See, there's
of
one,
UK.
2. There's not 1, not 2, not 3, but actually 4 Celtic countries, considering also
properly
Northern
represent-
Ireland.
They don't properly represent Ireland.
Yes, they do.
And the Scots have been too integrated by Nordic culture. They are no longer pure
No,
Celts. And yes,
they're
they
still
have-
Celts.
Yes, but they have been influenced heavily over the last 1,000 years by Nordic invasions and Norman invasions.
Well, we can reverse that.
From the
Just start like speaking Celtic again. Start speaking Gaelic again.
No.
Yes.
Okay, how about Gauls? We need to bring Gauls back.
Do Gauls even exist? I don't think Gauls exist.
How can you say Celts exist?
I'm Celtic.
Mike.
Mine is Celtic.
Why are you Gauls?
Okay, Gauls are Celtic.
No, they're not.
Yes,
It's
they
different.
are.
Okay, they wouldn't be
Gauls
called,
were a group of Celtic people.
but they're not Celts. Okay, but they're all humans, right? We say human people, so we're all human people, so we don't all have our one human state. You know?
That's hardly equivalent.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Celts.
The Cantonese need their own state. Actually, no, they don't. Fuck those guys.
Wait, why does it say Celts were a collection of Indo-European peoples? We still exist.
Exactly.
We still exist.
They're not, they don't exist
They're not
anymore.
there.
They don't exist. See, point proven. They need a separate state.
No. We still exist.
The
okay?
Catalans, the Quebecois. Okay, do you think Quebec should be separate from Canada?
Yeah, then we won't have to pay them equalization payments
okay.
anymore.
Good.
Yeah.
There we go. There it is.
No, I actually think that Quebec, despite the fact that they take our money and openly hate us, I think that still they're a valuable cultural contribution to Canada.
Okay, that's fair enough. The Assyrians. We need a new Assyrian empire in the Middle East.
Yeah.
With their own state.
But okay, if we're allowed to bring back that group of people that barely exists anymore, why can't we just create a Celtic state by conglomerating several Celtic states that already exist?
Pre-existing states.
What's already a pre-existing
We
state?
can't replace Scotland with Celtland.
Yes, we can.
No, we can.
Why not?
Because we're for the Scots, not for the Celts. Okay, but it's
What do you mean? The Scots are Celts. The Scots are Celts.
But the Assyrians, we're taking land from multiple different places. We're not replacing a single country. We're taking land from multiple different countries.
Well, no,
We're taking one thing.
that's what's going to happen with the Celts as well. We don't even need to convert the whole country. So let's just take part of Scotland,
Like
part
half
of Wales, part of Ireland.
So we have this mesh of islands.
Yeah.
Little bits of no.
You ever heard of an archipelago?
Separated countries.
You ever
never
heard of
work.
an archipelago?
Separated countries never work.
How about Indonesia?
Indonesia is an island. That makes sense. Okay, but
No, it's several islands.
yeah, I know. Yes, I'm aware of that. But I'm saying that countries that any country that has a border that's split like that across land is gonna fail. Russia right now has Kurdish Blag or Kurdish Dag, whatever it's called, out there, separated by Belarus and you know,
Yeah, right.
And Russia is currently fighting a war against Ukraine. Any state that has Gaza is Palestine is two separate little blocks. There's the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Or is it the same thing? Well, I don't know if it's the same thing.
I think they're different.
Okay, well, there's two different parts, right? They're separated. Anything that's separated like that across the same landmass is not going to work.
You ever heard of Alaska?
But the U.S. is a failing state.
Well, it hasn't failed yet. It's
well, it's
lasted
fail,
like
right?
200 years.
Well, it's going to fail soon, so that's why. Boom. Bingo, bango, bango.
What did you just say to me?
Bingo, bango, bingo.
Okay, buddy. Celts, modern. The modern Celts are a related group of ethnicities who share similar Celtic languages,
But they're
cultures, and
not
artistic
real
histories,
Celts.
and who live in or descend from one of the regions or on the western extremities of Europe populated by the Celts. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. We also got to take some France, like take some French land.
That's the problem. You can't have it like. Boom,
Yes,
bing,
we
bong,
can.
bong, bong, bong.
Yes, we can.
No, it has to be one continuous land piece, unless it's an island.
How about Pakistan and East Pakistan? Okay, maybe that's a bad
Okay,
example.
well,
but-
that's not any East Pakistan anymore. It's Bangladesh.
Okay.
It's Bangladesh now.
Okay, but America and Alaska still stands. I think the Alaskans are happy.
I'd rather have them in part of Canada though,
Yeah, that would be better.
or part of Russia.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Right. East part of Russia, you know, Russian Empire.
No.
Yes, it is part of Russia.
What?
East part of Russia though. It was part of.
Yeah,
Russia.
but like I don't think it should be.
Why not? They
Because
got
that
there first.
would be like a national security threat.
But the
Having
Siberians-
Russia,
that's-
like one of our prime enemies, right
But
next
it's
to us.
Siberians though, but this is basically Siberians. Come on.
They're American.
But I think they're Siberian. It's like saying Celts are Scottish. Like, come on, no.
Scots are Celts.
No, no.
And Alaskans are American.
Alaskans are basically Siberians.
No, they're not. They're white.
Trace their DNA back. They're like Siberians.
No, they're white.
They
Alaska.
migrated from the ice bridge before from between.
Okay, whites are 64% of the population.
Because of migration there, but like, no.
Yeah, but like, they're okay. Let's see. 64% white, 58% non-Hispanic white. Okay, 21% American Indian. So they're North American indigenous people, not Siberian indigenous people.
But the basis, okay. Well, they're all Mongoloids. What's the difference?